Hello and welcome to another one of my videos, and in today's video I'm going to be doing something different. Before I get into it, if you do like my content, you know how to support me by now. You can do that by liking, commenting and subscribing. If you do want to click on an ad, that does help me out, as it allows me to kind of spend more of my time putting out content for you guys. And I do like to put out a lot of kind of educational stuff, as well as the unboxings and talking about what I do for a living as a coin dealer and not a card dealer. You will see on the table that I've got some gold Pokemon cards, and I just wanted to talk about a business venture that I wanted to start, but ultimately it kind of failed. I'll explain why it failed. It wasn't a monetary failure, it was more a failure on behalf of I just didn't like doing it. So yeah, the title's going to be Gold Pokemon Card Edition. So essentially, let's get into how I got into Pokemon cards. I grew up with Pokemon. Pokemon came out when I was maybe 9 years old. I had the first game. You know, I collected the original cards, which are worth mega money now if kept in good condition, like mega money. I think Logic, the rapper, he bought a perfect Charizard first edition for like $200,000 or something crazy. So yeah, I picked up on this trend of Pokemon cards, and I was noticing that there were certain parts of the collector's market that was doing very well, and certain themes were doing very well. And I stumbled across one series and one specific set. Now, the series I was buying was Unbroken Bonds, and the set I was kind of trying to build a position in was Hidden Fates. I just saw it. I saw these two sets as something that would do very well. Unfortunately for me, I was like a kid in the candy shop and I opened absolutely everything instead of just sitting on the sealed product, which is what I should have done, which is probably why as a business it kind of failed for me, because the issue I was having with the coins was I didn't have the time, and the margins were not justifying the time I was spending on it. That's now since changed. You know, I've completely changed how I buy my coins. I don't pay what I used to, and whereas before I'd take on any project that would make me money, now I'm like, nope, it needs to make a certain amount before myself to consider it. I had to learn that the hard way, and with the VAT cap, it's something that I just had to do. So yeah, the idea was for the Pokemon cards was, let's spend maybe £2,500 on product. You know, let's build a YouTube channel. You can kind of see parallels with what I'm doing with the coin channel. It's, for me, it's more, I feel I've got something to give. However, with the Pokemon cards, it was going to be purely, let's see if we can pull the top card from each set and we give it away, and we push through that 1,000 subscriber base, and we monetize it, and then it can be self-fulfilling in terms of how it's funded and the content you can put out. It's a very simple formula. There's not much you can do for the Pokemon card scene. It's mainly unboxings. You know, the coins is not the same. The coins it's completely different. The stamps is a completely different business altogether. But the idea was I'd be left with coins, with cards like this, and I could sell these off, and they'd go into new cards, and it would build up the content, and I'd get to a point where I'd have ad revenue money coming in. And it's not like the ad revenue money for the coin channel. I was very hesitant about monetizing this channel itself, and the only reason I did monetize it was because of something I learned via one of my subscribers. The Pokemon card channel that I won't divulge because it's now defunct, it was purely about trying to take a slice of the market and to make some money from it, because I felt the margins could be somewhat higher with the ad revenue money coming in. Now, there were other complications. For example, I kind of realized as an entrepreneur I'm not really motivated by money, so opening up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of packs of Pokemon cards, it was just boring and tedious for me. That's not to say that I didn't enjoy Pokemon as a child, but then I kind of grew up, and it's not a hobby that I took with me. It was purely something where I thought I could build an income. That's fair enough. You know, you don't have to be altruistic in everything you do. So yeah, that kind of failed, and it failed for the reasons that I just wasn't interested in building this channel. I should have kept the product sealed. So yeah, but let's go through some of the cards I bought. some of the cards I pulled, should I say. So I did very well. I ended up getting a load of Hidden Fates boxes, the Elite Trainer boxes. The reason I chose them was because they were kind of... I got 17 of these, by the way. They're worth between 40 to 50 a card. You know, they're making reprints of the Elite Trainer boxes. It might hammer the price, but I don't think it would be by much, because you only get one of these per box, and I don't know how many they're going to reprint. So yeah, even if I sold these at 40 a card, you know, you're looking at a sizable amount. What's that, £600, £700 just from these cards alone. If I can sell them all, you can do what the coin people do, and you can get them graded, and obviously, like the coins, they go exponential. If they hit a 10, it's graded out 10 instead of graded out of 70. But I kept these cards because some of these cards are beautiful. You know, Celesteela, don't know anything about this card. You know, Tabacoco Fire Crystal, don't really know anything about those. Dene, lovely card, don't know anything about it. So I end up pulling some... There's a lot of value in these cards, and I don't doubt for 1 second I'm going to recoup my money. So this is the same card as the stained glass window one. Beautiful cards. Pulled 3 of these. This is probably my favourite, Misty's Favour. There's money in this. So this was really playable at one point. Really playable card. But look at that. You can understand why people collect these. They're beautiful cards. You know, I may not be a card collector, but I can appreciate something that looks easy on the eye, and that's really, really nice. So these kind of rainbow rares, it's worth about £30–40. So yeah, I got a load of those in. These were from Hidden Fates as well. Again, I don't know much. I was trying to pull the Black Charizard. That's worth money. I actually sold 4 cards to a gentleman. They went for about £200. He just said to me, he's like, oh, my daughter wants it for an investment. And I looked at it and I thought, you know what? Mine are just in my safe. End up pulling 4 of these Guzzlords. I don't even know the Pokemon. Really annoying. Darkrai, Buzzwole, you know. But look at the artwork on these. Beautiful. Beautifully crafted cards. You want to say coins? It's Charmander. See, I only really knew the original 150 Pokemon. I don't say grew out of it, but I stopped watching. You know, it stopped being on TV. I've never been a morning person, even as a child. So some really, really nice cards. But I don't know anything about these Pokemon. I've got tons and tons of cards in these top loaders. I'm not going to go through them all. I don't think you want to watch a 10-minute video on Pokemon cards. However, yeah, I just wanted to say that sometimes you get involved in a hobby, and just because you like it, you know, and I do like these cards. Will I play Pokemon? No. Can I appreciate these? Yes. You know, if I wanted to collect, I'd collect these. You know, these rainbow rares. The gold ones, not so much. So what happened was they print these cards and they're not in the usual set list. You know, they're nice to collect. Will I make money on them? Yes, but it doesn't mean it's a business, you know. And for a business to be successful, you've got to be consistent, and you've got to have a supply chain. For me, I was just buying from shops. I was buying from shops and opening them up. And the idea was I could make money on the ad revenue. That wasn't to be. I just got bored so quickly because the payout wasn't there. And I don't mind throwing money at something if I think it will come good. I've got different time frames and horizons on different investments that I make. But it was doomed from the start. My ex-girlfriend absolutely wanted to murder me because I owed her some money, and I ended up spending about £700 on Pokemon cards. She was not a happy bunny, but she'd absolutely crucified me for my reserves in coins, and I was kind of like, wow, okay, well, you've already had most of it, and I'm already struggling a bit, so you're gonna have to suck it up. Because I put them on the credit card anyway. It wasn't like it was from cash I had. So in terms of value, I think there's about £3,000 in cards I've got at the moment. Now, you never know how, it's the same with coins, you never know how something's going to react in the future. Some things will go up, some things will go down, but stuff like this, you know, I think it will always do well because of what it is, you know. Again, these I might get graded. I think the money's in the grading, personally. I won't get them all graded. I'll see what's what, and I'll sort through them. The same with the coins. So yeah, not all businesses or not all ideas are successful businesses, even though they can make you money. And it's about working out what kind of works for you and what doesn't. For me, the idea of making money is not what drives me. So this was doomed from the start. Whereas for some other people, you know, they could probably see pound signs or dollar signs out of this and make it work for them because it is their hobby and their passion and they love it. For me, it's not so much the case. I just saw an opportunity in the market to make a return. And I'll make a return in time, but it's certainly not a business that I will be buying more on. I might buy the odd pack to appease my childlike curiosity, but apart from that, it's not for me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It is a bit of a story. It's not always going to be about coins. I will make a video about the stamps at some point. And yeah, I hope you have a really pleasant day. I've got some coin videos lined up to put out. And yeah, have a good one. Bye.